Hi, Muchismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, share, give a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and pass it on if you believe someone else would benefit from it. I'd appreciate that. Let's talk about pagan holidays as it relates to Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Easter, on and on and on. Whether you're Christian, Muslim, atheist, Catholic, whatever. Holidays are tactics. They're manipulation tactics. They're built around a false sense of excitement, a false sense of camaraderie, a fake and false sense of togetherness and coming together as one to look outside of ourselves. But it's anything but. It is more now visibly obvious than any time in history that it's all for self. When Christmas comes around, the gift that keeps on giving is the giver that wants the attention for the gift. It's not the giver that wants to give the gift only from their heart with no strings attached. Now, you may say, well, I'm not like that. If it don't apply, let it fly. I don't have time to separate the wheat from the chaff, the good from the bad. I'm speaking truth. I'm speaking directly as it relates to paganism and pagan holidays. There are a lot of things that fall under the category of paganism, but we'll just deal with holidays right now. Wasn't always I felt this way. I'm going to show you why I feel this way now, and I have since long ago. A part of that is when I detached from church, and long before I actually physically left the church, mentally and spiritually, I was detaching from the church. I believe even up to many years before I actually physically walked away from congregating inside of what we consider a church. Now, am I still a Christian? I am. Do I still believe in God? Most certainly. Do I believe in the Bible still? Most certainly. I don't argue or debate the Bible with people. I don't even find myself getting in conversations of doctrine, whether this or that is true, whether this or that part is wrong and this part is right. This part is truth. This part is false. I believe for myself, the free will that is being given to all of us comes with a price. Use it as you will. Spend it like you choose. Whether it comes to your sexual preference or whatnot, whether I endorse it or not. If you're okay with what you're doing in your life, that is what you need to focus on. But that kind of goes contrary to what I'm talking about. And no, not really. About these paganistic holidays and stuff. Your free will is your own. I'm pointing out some factors of life. You embrace it. You can denounce it. It's free will. I'm just speaking the truth as I know it. Pagan holidays are distracting. They take a lot of energy leading up to them. Take New Year. Take these holiday parades. It is so much work and energy and mental preparation put into these type of things needlessly for one day. We can't even give God that kind of energy and attention for one day. I can't, or I've never been able to do it. I've never desired to do it. But as I'm aging in my life, in my spiritual walk, I'm realizing that a lot of things that I must be devoted to must not be on the backs and the attention of others. It needs to be for me first and foremost, going forward in order to honor God. Now, paganistic holidays are distractive. They are consuming, time consuming, and they are manipulative. They are manipulative tactics passed down from long, long ago. And if you search any holiday you want to, I guess you can find the information that you're looking for, whether it's good or bad, truth or lies. But I'm believing that if you truly do want to embrace the fact that these are paganistic holidays and paganistic things that we are embracing, then you can realize that there is something you can do. You don't have to tell people that you're gonna begin to step away from these things. Just begin to see if you in and of yourself can do that, and you'll find out that it's going to be harder than you actually thought it was, because you've been conditioned to believe that there is no harm in it. You've been conditioned to believe the best in everyone. See, that goes in parallel to how we get duped in trusting people. Christmas, in many ways, Valentine's Day, it is all tactic. Look at some of the things that people have done during these holidays to give you the illusion that let's let bygones be bygones. This is like kiss and make up, forget what I did to you. Let's just put that in the past. Who else tries to do this? Narcissists will do any damn thing they damn well please and expect you to overlook it. And when it gets to the point where you as an empath are not taking it anymore, this is before you woke up and you telling them, I'm putting my foot down. If you don't straighten up and fly right or act like you got some regular sense, I'm out. You will see them. They will do the most when it comes to trying to secure you and make sure you don't fly away. And a lot of times they will use these holidays to do it. They will use gifts. They will use anything but a sit down conversation to truly clear the closet and say, I am sorry. So these things work in unison with what a narcissist's mindsets are. They are manipulative. They are con artists. They are deceptive. And so imagine them using these pagan holidays in conjunction with their mentality. Makes sense now, right? And so you say, well, okay, I don't worship like that. I don't look at it that way. Okay, whatever way you look at it is your choice as well. But let's do this. Let's look at what you say no harm in it. What is it benefiting? What is the true benefit of doing this? What is the true goodness of what you're doing in celebrating and observing these days? Let's say if you didn't celebrate Christmas, what would it harm? What good would it do? What bad would it do? It wouldn't do anything. You would just come to a point where you don't reserve that holiday. You could care less about that holiday. Whoever wants to embrace that holiday, let them do what they do. That's all that would mean. But if you don't detach and unlatch away from these holidays, what does that do for you for the good? Makes you feel good? Makes you feel complete? What if you didn't celebrate that holiday? What would it do for you in the good or the bad? Nothing. So let's go back to you embracing it. In your mind, the biggest benefit of that is for you to feel good, for you to feel complete, for you to feel a part of something. A little codependency there, isn't it? This is not a judgment, but I've made a clear decision and a clear determination as to what these holidays symbolize. They symbolize a lot of things manipulative, a lot of things distractive, a lot of things that are very much centered around distraction. The consumption of things, the fake camaraderie of people. See, as you're awakening and elevating and educating yourself. Add that to the list. Detach away from all of these holidays. And there's another factor. I forgot to point this one out. We are afraid to stop going to that church because we don't want to have to give an explanation to people. So rather than just detach and have to tell people, I've decided just not to worship within the walls of the church again. We don't want to have to give explanations. And so what we do instead, even when we know God is unctioning us to move on, we remain. It's like remaining in a miserable marriage, knowing the man cares nothing about you, knowing that he won't change, knowing that she won't change. You've seen it. You know the outcome. You've given them chances. You've given the church a chance. You've prayed and interceded and hoped that a lot of demonic activity and the paganistic mindsets and the arguing and the strife and the division in the church, you're praying and interceding on behalf of this because you're thinking we're human. Everybody makes mistakes. So you stick your neck out and you hold out for what may not ever happen, but you hold out with hope. And they're using the Bible as leverage to say, we must forgive. We must do this. We must do that. But the very people who are trying to encourage you to do that, they have no intentions of doing that. This is just a do-over. This is just affording them more time on the shot clock. When you go to the carnival and you get a certain amount of shots, you pay a certain amount of money. And even when the buzzer goes off, you're still shooting that basket until the attendant comes and snatches the basketball away from you, because we don't want to lose. We don't know how to detach. There is nothing wrong with losing in life sometimes, because sometimes you have to lose something in order to gain something else. You're never going to know that other thing unless you lose something that doesn't serve you for the greater good. And so paganistic holidays, I don't miss them. People don't really question me to a strong degree as to why I don't celebrate them. I haven't been invited to a church in probably years. Nobody walks up to me and invites me to church. You know why? Because the church has become a bunch of bullshit. Nobody is really worshiping truly that are actually in attendance in these churches. When I say nobody, the vast majority of them. And the ones who are very devout and really truly have a heart for God, they've been so deeply manipulated, they can't see the forest for the trees. Go back to that narrative of them, those a lot of times often, because a lot of people in the church, you can't talk to them about narcissists. They're tone deaf to that. And I won't say rightly so. I was before I awakened. This takes an intervention from God. Do you know how many narcissists are still latched on to some believers in a relationship, in a marriage, and some of these believers filled with the Holy Ghost are in marriages and relationships and business practices with narcissists, but they're still running to the church thinking that, I'm going to pray that God, do this, do that. God has shown you signs. He has shown you signs. And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of times we are hard-headed. He shows us everything we need to see, but it takes what it takes. Hopefully this video will be the last time you'll have to do a do-over. You can really say to yourself, man, I have free will, and I'm going to choose to spend my free will in a different place. Don't exhaust your life hoping and praying that people are going to change. You change. You start making the changes needed for your life and watch the people around you. See if they change or not. Because if they don't change and you change the way you do business, you're still halfway to the finish line. But waiting on someone else to change, holding out and hoping for far too long. I'm not saying don't give people a chance. But let's be very practical and realistic in our thoughts and our expectations of people. People are just letting people down. It's just a fact. Don't let yourself down. Now, I hate to have gone on a tangent, but I think it was rightly deserved because you don't get tomorrow back. You don't get tomorrow back and you don't get time back. I'm pleading with you guys, man. Pay attention to this paganistic manipulation and distracting stuff in our world. From the commercials to the sports celebrities that are endorsing commercials. You got Carmelo Anthony and his son. They're doing these bracelets and chains. It is just so lame. They are paying these celebrities to do these lame commercials, and it's not even their personality. They can't even wing it. And this is no shot at Carmelo Anthony. Show me the money. People are doing whatever endorsements tell them to do. And here we are. We mimic and emulate and look up. And that's what we're chasing, the chain and that bracelet. If Carmelo Anthony and his son says it's a cool bracelet and chain, I'm going to rob somebody to get that. Be careful what you begin to be manipulated in. And be careful what you allow to distract you from the fundamental things in life. The things that are going to get you over the hump for the long haul. That being said, bless.